What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for this week's episode of Persona 5, the animation. I gotta say, A1. You guys have outdone yourself. This is now my favorite anime adaptation I've seen from A1 that is an SAO. Like, the presentation is ripped straight out of the game. This is the game, just in anime form. And you guys remember, I remember people were like constantly like bitching and moaning like, oh god, Persona 5 is being done by A1, no, it's going to be shit, no. I swear to god, those people, I'm sure all of them like immediately shut their mouth and be like, and so this is like Heath Ledger Joker, where like everyone thought it was gonna be shit, but then once the movie came out, everyone was just praising him to hell because A1. This is without a doubt probably like the most accurate adaptation they've done, at least from what I've seen so far. I don't read the light novels for SAO, so I can't comment about that. But since I played the game, or at least watched a Let's Play of it, and kind of playing the game, I know this is just restricted. Now, we start this episode off with the last week with our boy Akira. I'm not going to refer to him as Ren, because, you know, I find his name stupid. So, yeah, I'm going to be referring to him as Akira, or you might see me slip up and actually refer to him as what I named the MC, which was Sasuke Kurosaki. I'll let you guys guess what animes I'm guessing, anime characters I'm referencing with that name. Anyway, with Akira awakening to his persona, he gets rid of all the other, like, soldiers, and then my man Ryuji comes in there, shoulder tackles Kamo Shithead. You guys, if you have not played the game, you'll find out soon enough why I call him Kamo Shithead instead of his name Kamoshida. Still like his Japanese voice, sounds pretty off. I think actually the same guy. I actually think the guy that voices Kamo Shithead is like the same guy that voiced the guy from the Junji Ito collection, the guy that did all those curses. I forget his name, but I think that's actually the same guy because their voices sound very similar. Anyways, but I still say it doesn't really suit him at all. Anyway, so Showtime, they make their way, and they run on that, and then they get back to the real world, which actually, this scene, like, this part of the episode, of them going out when Akira after he awakens to his persona, and a little bit after that, when they're, like, in the castle before Ryuji awakens to his persona, it actually plays a little slightly different than how the game did, because in the game, or maybe I might be misremembering, but when in the game, when Akira awakened his persona, Ryuji got out there and they locked up Shadow Kamo Shithead, they found Morgana, he gave him the tutorial, and then they left. But then he awakened his persona, and then they left. But here, it actually, they left before Ryuji awakened his persona. But here it actually plays out different. They run out, they immediately get out there, and actually the way they get out there plays exactly like they did in the game. Because you guys remember in the game when you enter the palace or exit the palace or guide the measure, the screen would kind of like go red and black and kind of go whoa, 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 and that would also like match as a loading screen of sort. That is exactly how the anime does it when they get them, which I thought. And actually, when Akira uses his persona, like you guys know, whenever you land a critical hit in Persona 5, the screen you get like a little the screen looked like it was tearing, like a piece of paper was tearing, and then you see Akira's face like, and then you would do it. Plays out just like here in the show. Like I said, guys, the presentation here is fucking amazing, and the OST, wow. The OST is ripped straight out of the game, which I was so glad. I was like, yes, because that soundtrack is so fucking good. And Expedia Center, let me talk about the OP. The OP for this anime is fucking lit. Oh my god, the soundtrack, the music they use. It's the same singer that did a lot of the songs for the OST, which I was glad to see, because god damn, that woman can sing. I love it. I know I'm fanboying really hard right now, but god damn, I love this game. I love it. I love the soundtrack, I love the story, I love the characters, I love Persona 5! Even though I haven't beaten it yet, or really played that far into it myself. Damn it, I love it! I love this game! It's like Heavy Rain where I haven't actually played it, but I love it! Sorry, but like, the art animation, they like play scenes, they show different characters from the Phantom Thieves, they show the anime, oh! I don't know if we really change it up later on in the series, because they really only show stuff that happens in Kamoshida, so I don't know if maybe they'll change it up every time someone else new comes in, they wake into their persona, and they maybe swap it up for every episode, or they might keep it. I don't know exactly what anyone's planning on doing with that. But I hope they do change it because I don't want to, because I want to see them like extend, maybe put other members, other people that the families actually end up targeting. We then also go back to Sai, and she's also interrogating, like, oh, okay, yeah, Kamoshi did act like he was the king of the cat, like he was the king of the school, but that doesn't explain how the family trapped him, blah, 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 how they do it. And Ryuji's like, not Ryuji, Akira's like, well, and then we get back. So they leave. So once they get out of the metaverse, they get their way back to school. Actually, this happened. That stuff with the Sai happened after stuff with. Now this part plays exactly like in the game. It was really just the stuff when they were in the metaverse, or I guess Kamoshi's castle, where A1 kind of like swap events around, where they beat more Gauntlet later on than when they actually did in the game. So Kamoshi's like, oh, pretty balls of you to be late on your first day, and the look and oh my god, I love the look. And the look Kamoshi gives Akira, the facial expressions of Kamo's shithead in this episode are really good. I love the art animation of A1. Oh, I love this. I am loving. This is without that isn't that not that this is without my favorite anime from the season that isn't My Hero Academia or SAO. Cause oh my god. Now there's still a bunch of other animes from this season I've yet to start on, like Food Wars Season 4, Lupin Part 5. I'm gonna give that a watch sub to see if I dig the Japanese audio, I'll watch it. Otherwise, I'll just wait for the dub to come because I really did the dub for Lupin the Third when it aired on Toonami a while back. So which Toonami started in less than 2 hours, so I should hurry up and get this video done. Anyway, So he tells it. So then we get back to. So then Akira goes into school. He meets up with Kawakami. She introduces him to the crew, and then we see An. We actually see Mishima also there, and we see when he enters the room, and after he gives this little hey, pleasure's all mine, blah 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 blah. This useful thing. We hear goes like, hey, you hear about Akira? Hey, so, and then we see Mishima. And it kind of looks away. Now, Mishima, we don't know much about Mishima for any anime always watching. I'm not going to spoil anything about Mishima. But I thought that was a nice touch done by A1. Game players know exactly what, know exactly what I'm talking about. They know why Mishima's doing what he's doing in that part. Anime owners are probably a little confused, but like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything for anime only. Man, I can't get over the fact that I can say that. That's a good damn, that is one damn good feeling. Anyway, so he sits down, they have lunch, Akira just sits there at his desk and pops his glasses up like most anime kids. So then he kind of rushes, he's like, excuse me, and then goes like this little snack area, I don't know what's part of the school, and there's like one last thing left, and he's like, and then him and Ryuji actually grab at the same time. I'm guessing they end up splitting, and they're talking about, the shit that went down in Kamoshi's castle, blah, 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 and they decide to go back. So they go back. And that's when they see another part where we see before that we go to the gym, which actually at this part of the anime we actually see other members of the fan fees make up. Like we see a little brief snippet of Makoto, and we see a little snippet of Haru with her flat in the garden because play the game, she does seem good. So yeah, I'm not gonna. By the way, guys, I'm gonna say this right now: you're not gonna see Haru again until late in this series because Haru did not show up until around the second to last castle, the second to last palace in the game. She didn't show up until then. So you guys are gonna be waiting. So you probably won't wake up until. So you probably won't see her until. If I had to guess, maybe I don't know how long. I don't know how A1's going to pace this. If they're how many episodes they're going to dedicate to each castle. Or each palace, I should say. But let's say if it's 3 episodes each, you're not gonna see that until after 12. It'll probably be after the 12th episode mark before you see Haru. It'll probably be after that when you see Haru. Oh hell, it'll probably even a little after. Until you see Haru. Just throwing that out, guys, just so you guys are kind of like. So what's Haru getting in here? You're gonna be waiting for. I'm just telling you now. Makoto, she'll have around probably maybe 6 episodes or so, or probably also late 12 episodes because she was introduced midway through the series, through the game. I think it was like the 3rd castle she was introduced because it was after Yusuke. Anyway, so back to the anime. So we see him playing volleyball, and Kamoshita's more or less just abusing Akira. He's just kidding. He's like, come on, newbie, keep your hand in the game. And then and then he looks at An, and he's like, come on, newbie, keep your hand in the game, and hits Akira right square in the face, a straight headshot. And then Akira looks at him. The paper tears like he did like when you're about to land. Akira in the game was like, it sounds like, oh shit, and shit's about to go down and here. And then Kamoshita probably could feel the murderous intent in Akira's eyes. He's like, Mishima! He's like, oh, okay, coming. When she's beaten, I'll get that. And actually, wait, before, one other Akira guy actually got introduced earlier, around the part where Akira was making his way to like that lunch area to get that snack. We see girl holding papers, and Akira knocks into her. He helps her pick up, and Shio. And when I saw Shio, I was like, ah! My heart! Game players know exactly why I'm like this. Anime onlys, you're not ready. You're not ready for the shitstorm that awaits you with Shiho. Sorry about that, I just had to get... Just knowing what goes down anime onlys are completely clueless. It gives me a great deal of satisfaction. Sorry guys, I'm not used to this feel. I'm still not used to this high. And it feels damn good. Like storing up cocaine. Sorry guys, I know. Anyway, let's just keep talking because oh god, I love this series. I love this anime. Anyway, so back to where I was. So after Akira gets knocked out, gets hit in the head by Kamoshita, he goes outside by like the garden area, kind of just has just kind of chilling, drinking a soda, kind of just rubbing his face, trying to make sure that it's fine. And then we see Ryuji. Now this part where actually Ryuji was talking to former track players. I think the track team is actually still around, but he's just not a part of it, or maybe it actually was just I forget exactly what happened. Anyway, so so he talks about, how, he told like, man, why you gotta keep fucking around with Kamoshita? You're the reason, blah, 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 man. I'm sorry what happened to your leg, but come on, man. Now, if I remember correctly, this actually happened a lot later on in the game as part of Ryuji's confidant, but I believe, or I might be misremembering this, but they actually happened later on in the game, but A1 just decided, take the little snippet and just put it in earlier in the game, just have Kira just overhear the conversation. So then they get back to and actually we see Kawakami. She actually no. Before we get back to Kawakami, we see we get back to Sojiro. He walks back to Sojiro's place and he's like, "I got a call from school late on your first day. You're already giving me shit, boy." And I'm like, he's like, outside school, there's no place for you. He's like, I know. I'm like, Sojiro, I know you. I know how you are later on in the game. You are a brother. You are my brother in arms. I love you. You are one of my favorite characters in this whole game, and I would still crack a cold one with you, share a beer with you, or in my case, a Pepsi with you. But goddamn it, man, you're an asshole to me in the beginning. Sheesh. So then he goes to sleep. We meet up with Igor, and he tells he's like, well. Welcome to the Velvet Room. I see you. I hope you enjoy what I gave. Hope you enjoy the metaverse now. And one of his little servants are like, "Shut! Be grateful, inmate." I'm mimicking the dub. And he's on some metaverse, blah blah blah. So then we get back. Then Kawakami tells her hey, stay away from Sakamako, because he's bad news, blah blah blah. He wasn't always like this. Went back when he was on the track team, blah blah blah. And the blonde hair, he died. It's not actually the actual hair color. So then Ryuji's kind of like, meet me on the roof, and he walks away. So then they go to the roof. They ask him, hey man, why don't we go back to the metaverse? He says yes. So they go back to the metaverse, which is actually when they meet Morgana. They're looking around there, and Morgana says, "Hey, man! Hey, fuzzy hair, blondie! How about you come on and save me? I'll tell you how those palace works." So then they save him. Akira says like, "Cut!" He starts petting Morgana, and it's just great shit. So after that, then they meet up with, so then a bunch of guards come in because Ryuji was kind of a little loud. He's like, "Huh? A cat? A monster? Here, let me pet the monster cat." And, because, if he was shot, then Morgana's a cat, and he's talking. So then they get back to, Shadow, Combo Shithead, and that's when Ryuji awakens to his persona. So it's actually this after this little, and actually one thing I actually forgot to mention. Actually, when Ryuji when Ryuji and Akira first come back to the metaverse, after they before they meet Morgana, I think this was actually right when they meet Morgana. I might be telling the events a little bit out of order in this review, but we actually see how Kamo Shithead actually kind of views the students like, like there's scenes where actually one of the students is kind of like, he's like tied up upside down next to, there's a ball just constantly hitting, he's kind of constantly saying serve, because he had a very rigorous training program for these students. It wasn't training, was more or less just physical abuse, more or less, that he had him do was not training. So then we get back to where I was with Ryuji awakens to his persona. We see Akira comes in there and he awakens his persona, which actually in the game Akira to bring out his persona for fight, he actually removes his mask and says the persona's name, but in the game he did next to it, just kind of just appeared when he just said persona. Which is, which makes sense. I was like, so he removes his mask, Morgana gets in there, they all fight, they take care of these little shadows, and then they do an all-out attack, which plays exactly like it does in the game, where, you see the portraits of the three characters, and then they come in there, they go, same sound effects, same everything, and we see Akira's little animation after the all-out attack, and it's exactly like the game, minus the little backgrounds they had, and it was just so awesome to see. I was like, yes, A1, yes, yes. Oh, I love the presentation. It is ripped straight out of the game. Thank you. And like I said, the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. It's the OST straight from the game. I love it. And that's essentially where the episode ends. And actually, wow, the whole stuff with Ryuji actually awakening. I forgot to mention this too. There's a lot of stuff I forgot to mention. This episode was just so damn good. I got so much to talk about. I keep forgetting stuff. We actually see a little before they enter the metaverse again. We see An talking to Shiho, and she's like, "Hey, Shiho, how you doing?" She's like, "He's fine." And then we got Kamo Shithead, and she's like, and I was like, "Nah, sorry, Kamo Shida, I got shit to do." She leaves Shiho all by herself, and the look Kamo Shithead gives her, oh boy, it'll put the fear of God in you. And then later on, when they first meet Bane, right before he awakens Ryuji awakens persona, we see Kamo Shithead has as Shiho's arms locked in her wrist in his hand, she's struggling to get out of it, and we just see he's struggling to keep her in line, and then he punches her. Now, if you play the game, you know exactly what happens next, right in the scene, or at least probably what did happen. If you have not played the game, you're not ready. Like I said, I'll say it again. That M rating the game had was not for show. Oh, no. Seriously, the shit that goes down with Kamoshi's Kato. God damn! I'm not gonna say no more, but anime onlys are not ready for that. Cause I sure as hell wasn't. And then actually the end of the episode, right before the ED plays, we see when right after a battle in the game, they have like this little thing where it shows like, hey, who's leveled up, characters, as well as items or coins you unlock. They do that. They show up the characters that have been introduced, that have awakened to their personas, and then they show like characters that are gonna appear next week. Like next week they're gonna have, like they said, I had An in there, and they also said Shiho in there, and just the presentation, and the ED was also great. You guys know those black and white posters that the game had that were just like the red and black background, but had the character portraits, but they were just in black and white. It's just the ED is essentially those, but in motion, and it just looks so good, damn good. A1 put all the stops in this anime. Say what you will about A1 and STL, but you gotta admit, A1 nailed it with the Persona 5 anime. Say what you will about what they did with Golden. But speaking of Golden, I really hope that this anime does get an English dub release. Now some of you might be wondering, Glenn, this is Persona, isn't it? I mean, Persona 5 was critically acclaimed, and it sold pretty well. Wouldn't this series get a dub? I mean, anyway, because how popular it is, and the dub is already done, the game got a dub? So when the anime get one itself, well, you think so, but Persona has an interesting hinkle with their animes and English dubs, because Persona 5 originally got an anime done by Madhouse that was licensed by Sentai Filmworks. It got an English dub. It was the same cast from the game. More specifically, Golden, because she had the voice actor that she had in Golden, not the one she had in the original game. Which, personally, I prefer the one she had in Golden, because the one she had in the original game, her voice was a little too deep for my liking for Chie. And so, but also Persona 3 got a bunch, like 4 or 5 movies. Those didn't get English dubs. Persona 4 Golden, which was also done by A1 Pictures, which was, as long as the movies was licensed by Aniplex, didn't get English dub either. And Persona 5 is also done by A1 and is also licensed by Aniplex. So I hope Aniplex this time gives me an English dub, because for how much they cost for the English dub, for how much it costs for their Blu-rays, the least they can give me is an English dub. So I hope to God they do give me an English, because oh my God, the dub for Persona 5 is so damn good, and this anime is so damn good that I want it with the dub. I want this game to get an English dub release. I hope so. All we can do is wait and see, and Aniplex gives me an English dub for this anime. So yeah, my final verdict for this week's episode, Persona 5 the animation, is of course a 10 out of 10. Like I said, guys, this is amazing. This is without it has the best. This anime is like ripped straight out of the game. It's essentially the game, but in anime form. It's like the whole game where those anime cutscenes. That's essentially the game. This anime, and I love it. Sure, it's not done by Production IG, which was the studio that did the anime cutscenes for the game. But A1 has really done a bang up job here. Say what you will about A1 Pictures, but you gotta admit they've done a real good job with the Persona 5 anime, at least so far. I'm really hyped to see what they're going to do, but I'm so hyped to see when Best Girl Futaba gets introduced. Oh, that's going to be a glorious moment. So yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed and also, I don't think I gave my final verdict, but if I case I haven't, it's a 10 out of 10, of course. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Instagram, Twitter if you're feeling, links down in the description box below, and as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.